Hi, I'm Ryan Szymanski, curator for Battleship New Jersey Museum and Memorial. And today we've got a cold, windy one here in Baltimore Harbor on board the SS John W. Brown, a World War II Liberty ship. I'm joined today.
Hello, I'm Drakinefel.
Probably heard of him and his YouTube channel. Drac and I just finished STEAM school on board John W. Brown. What did you think about that?
It was really cool. Well, not cool because we're in a steam plant, so it's nice and warm,
But it's very warm on the inside.
but very awesome as well.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but I think my favorite activity during the entire class was operating the steam winches here for the cranes.
Oh yeah, especially because you need two people to do it, because you've got the one winch here and the other winch over there, each connected to one of the cranes. So the whole thing is, if you want to move cargo across, you've got to pull on one but let the other one out, and you've got to do it in combination so that it stays at the right height and you don't drop into the cargo hold or go too high and snap cables and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, or go too low and with this wind just wipe out some of the volunteers. Yeah.
We did do it best, didn't we?
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
We have video evidence.
It's like everybody else wasn't even trying. This is a competitive sport. Anyway, it was super cool seeing this original machinery in operation. Obviously, cranes are important for Liberty ships, but Battleship New Jersey would have had cranes as well. We, of course, famously had the aviation crane on the fantail, originally installed for our aircraft, but it would have also been used throughout the 50s and 60s, long after our float planes and catapults get removed, for moving the ship's boats around. And I suspect there are some large hatches back there that it would have also been used for cargo on occasion. In the 1980s, when that crane goes away, they add a boom on the port side of the ship opposite the refueling boom, and that operates via a very similar principle in that you've got one electric winch that is controlling the cable, and then two winches on each side that are pulling the boom one way or the other. So similar idea, all electric. Remember what they were telling us about what kind of steam this thing used?
They use the saturated steam from the boilers. Oh no, it's saturated by the time it gets here. They use the superheated steam from the boilers because the pipes are so far away.
Yeah.
They need to use the superheated steam so that it gradually condenses, and by the time it gets here, it's just become normal saturated steam, because if they use the normal saturated steam, there'd be too much water in the system.
That blows my mind, because usually auxiliary equipment like this uses saturated steam, so the fact that they're siphoning off superheated steam, the stuff that would normally be running to the battleship's boilers for the deck equipment, it really shows you how important this equipment is.
Yeah, and it's got very finicky throttles. It's not a case of push up, go, push down, go the other way. You have to really play with it. And I think the trick was you listen for the sound of the steam, because there's a little bit of a delay between the steam coming out and the movement starting. So if you vary the throttle based on what it's doing at that time, you'll have overcooked it. By the time you stop it, it'll just accelerate away from you. And this isn't the kind of stuff you want to get running away from you.
No.
And of course, the other fun thing with these arms is that they're partially manual and partially powered, because of course we've got the cargo movement, which is done using the steam winches. And there's another line which is just coming down here, which you can use to bring the booms up for storage if you're going out to sea or whatever. But if you want to reposition them, so you want to drop cargo down there or over the side or wherever, it's like an old age of sail ship. There's just a pulley block system mounted to the side of the ship.
It feels very much like bracing the yards on a sailing ship. But it was really interesting hearing who did this work, because on Battleship New Jersey it would be ship's company doing that work. They're not letting anybody else do it. On this ship, the mariners get the cargo where it's supposed to go, but then it's stevedores, longshoremen, union guys from the port that they visit that are then coming on board and operating this, removing all the cargo.
Yeah, and I mean that would explain somewhat when you get logistics going on in the Pacific, towards the tail end of the Pacific campaign, and you've got all these ships resupplying the fleet at sea, and you get complaints from the fleet saying, well, look, our purpose-built US Navy supply ships, they're getting the cargo across really quickly, but these additional civilian crewed ships that we're bringing in just because we need the capacity, they're doing it quite slowly, and it's precisely because the crews normally on a ship like this wouldn't be practiced at it, whereas a resupply crew would.
they're not staffed for that either. They've got enough mariners to sail the ship, but not all the extra guys to operate the deck equipment.
Yeah. So, given that obviously, we've done it the best so far, if you want to try and break our record, you will fail, but if you want to give it a go, how exactly does one come and give it a go?
Yeah, check out the link in the description below for John W. Brown's website. There will be listings for future STEAM schools. We know they do this during STEAM schools. There will also be some listings on there for future living history cruises that they do. And I can't say for certain that they'll operate the winches, but they will have enough steam pressure to do it at that time.
And if you're lucky, you may catch us on one of the historic voyages, but we won't say which one. So pot luck.
Yeah, I've gotten to do a couple so far. I'm excited for you to get to try it out.
Yeah.
Battleship New Jersey receives operating support from the New Jersey Department of State, as well as from a number of other businesses and private individuals like yourselves. We really appreciate your support. There's a link in the description below for ways you can support John W. Brown and the ongoing restoration that keeps her engines running. You can support Battleship New Jersey by liking, sharing, and subscribing so more people find about our museum and the channel. Thanks for watching.